Welcome back, dear children. Now we are going to study the further part. See what all you have studied and what you have to write. Yesterday I did not get anybody's homework. So please do your regular homework as well as start studying. It will be very difficult for you to understand the further classes because our science is continuous process. It is not that as your standard goes off you have to forget the things. So these are the basic things as well as these are the general knowledge which you require to know. Okay, so now further we'll start studying about the classification of microbes. Microorganisms, now you have understood, we cannot see them by our naked eyes, or either if you think I have specs so I can see microorganisms, it is not like that. Microorganisms we require to see under a microscope. I'll show you a microscope through picture. If we are there in school after some days, then I'll take you to the laboratory for observing the microscope as well as these bacteria cells. There are tiny things, but these tiny things when they group together they form a huge thing. So these are the small tiny creatures, microorganisms. Micro means they are so tiny that 1 meter thing if you cut into no into small pieces, and very tiny part is called as that micrometer. Okay, so that is your those size of this bacteria. Now microorganisms, we know they are being divided into bacteria, fungi, protozoa, algae and virus. Virus actually now it is there whether has to be included in living organisms or non-living organism, that is other thing, but virus now we will learn it as living organism. Okay, because it requires division and it takes the help of something for takes the help of other animals for dividing. So now microorganisms are classified into again two types, that is two types already we know, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic means there inside whatever cell organelles are there, these are not bounded. Okay, nucleus is not bounded, it is free inside, so these are called as prokaryotic. And the organisms in which there in the cell the nucleus are bounded, all the things are bounded, packed, these are called as eukaryotics. So now we are going to study about only microorganisms, not the higher animals. So these microorganisms are divisible into bacteria, fungi, protista, virus and algae. Okay, slowly again and again I am talking about the same thing so that you can hear, you can listen carefully about the pronunciation of these words. Okay, and this is a microscope and those organisms are microscopic organism or microorganism. We are, which we can see all these living creatures, we are macro means bigger, huge. So now we are going to study about bacteria. Okay, what these bacteria are, some bacteria are useful and some are harmful. Okay, some bacteria are useful, some are harmful, but they are microscopic organisms, unicellular organism. Now for reference, again the same thing which is taken from your textbook. So microorganisms are classified into two types, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic we have classifying again the tiny organisms, we name them as bacteria which are prokaryotes. Eukaryotes are protista, fungi and algae. 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to 6 micrometer and 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to 9 nanometer. This is to understand, you know millimeter, you know centimeters. So 1 meter means how many centimeter, 1 meter means how many millimeter. Okay, that way 1 meter means 10 raised to 6. Now 10 raised to 6 means on 1 there are 6 zeros. So to save the place as well as to read the number easily, we read it as 10 raised to 6. You must have studied this in 6th standard indices. Correct? Yes. So let's study about bacteria. Their size is 1 micrometer to 110 micrometer. See how micrometer is written there. Okay, that is a Greek letter. So these bacteria are unicellular, independent. They can be parasitic organism. Parasitic means they enter in some other body for their growth, their development, their reproduction, for nutrition. They take the help of other organisms to complete their life cycle. So sometimes many bacteria together they form colonies. Colonies means they grow together in bunch. Okay, so one cell will keep on growing together with each other. Bacterial cell is prokaryotic with cell wall. Prokaryotic, that means they do not have nucleus, bounded nucleus. They have cell wall. Okay, their cell is covered with cell wall. But distinct nucleus or cell organelles are absent. Now inside the cell of bacteria you cannot point out that this is nucleus, this is another cell organelle, mitochondria or any other things. They reproduce by simple binary fission. They reproduce by simple binary fission means their cell, body cell, they are one cell. Okay, and how they reproduce, they make new organism of like themselves. Okay, they are living, so they have to reproduce. Reproduce means they have to form into new again. How you are a reproduction part of your parents. Your parents have reproduced you. Same way these bacteria also have to give their young ones, give out their young ones. How they give? They divide their cell. Their cell itself give out some outgrowth, and this cell becomes new organism. In favorable condition, bacteria grow vigorously and can double their number in 20 minutes. If the condition outside wherever they are placed, if this condition is having proper moisture, proper nutrition is there, proper good atmosphere is there, warmthness is there, then they can grow double in number. That means within 20 minutes they can become many, they can become thousands. So these are the bacteria. Okay, and the growth, the bacteria which can, these are colonies, purple color you could see, and this one, another one, it is having cilia. Okay, all over the hair like substance for its locomotion. It can move. This is also rod shaped bacteria. Okay, this type of can be, these are also colonies of bacteria. They live in colony together. Okay, in a bunch. So the characteristic of bacteria on page number 3, you will write it down and draw the diagram of different shapes of bacteria. What are those shapes you have seen? See this shape. Round shape we call it as coccus. Oval we call it as coccobacillus. Rod shape you could see, it is called as bacillus. No, comma shape we call it as vibrio. Spiral, spring like, we call it as spirillum. Next is the protozoa. Okay, their size is approximately 200 micrometer. That means we can see these animals just with the help of magnifying lens if they are 200 micrometer. Okay, these are Paramecium and Entamoeba. Okay, paramecium are found, yesterday I have told you, in pond water, or if you soak grass or hay, dry grass or hay, and in that water you will find paramecium living. So these are included in protozoa. Proto means first and zoa means animal. Okay, proto means first and zoa means animal. The name like that it is. Okay, protozoa, primitive animal, first stage of living thing. Now these protozoa are found in soil, they are found in fresh water and sea water. Some are found in the body of other organisms also. So they are pathogenic. Okay, they can cause disease. So they are found in some other animals like amoeba and entamoeba. So they are found in the intestine of organism and they can cause diseases. So these are unicellular organism with eukaryotic cell. Now these are not prokaryotic, they are eukaryotic. Eukaryotic means they have nucleus bounded. There is great variation in cell structure. Means in protozoa their cell structures are different varieties. Okay, so this paramecium you could see it looks like slipper. Amoeba doesn't have any shape. Many of them, no, different shape organisms are seen in this type of protozoa. So there are different types of organs of locomotion they have, like cilia, flagella, pseudopodia. Their modes of nutrition also have a large varieties. That means they can be autotrophic, they can be heterotrophic, or they can be saprophytic. Okay, so these organisms reproduce by simple cell division. So here also they don't have male and female or mummy and daddy, they have only single organism. This only single cell, single organism. This single organism divides itself into two to give rise to new organism. For example, amoeba and paramecium, they are free living in dirty water. Entamoeba histolica, it causes amoebiasis. If it enters in your body to dirty food, water, or any contamination, then it can cause diarrhea, stomach disorders in your body. It is called as amoebiasis. Plasmodium vivax, it causes malaria. This Plasmodium vivax, that is this bacteria or this protozoa, enters to dirt, into whose body? To dirt, to the mosquito's body, and when this mosquito bites us, this organism enters in our blood and then it causes malaria to us. Euglena, it is autotrophic, so it doesn't cause any harm to anybody. Next is the fungi. You know fungi now. We have studied many pictures of this fungus, correct? So this fungi size is approximately 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer. These are found on decaying organic matter and dead bodies of plants and animals. Decaying organic matter which can be decomposed, which are dead, which are no use for us, it is been just thrown and it starts decomposing. So you'll find fungal growth on it. Okay. So these are eukaryotic organisms. They are eukaryotic, they are not prokaryotic. That means their cell is having nucleus bounded inside, all the organelles are bounded inside. Some are unicellular and some are visible by our naked eyes. Naked eyes means eyes which doesn't have any device, or either just your eyes. As you could see, all other things around you, these are with your naked eyes. Saprotrophic, that means they have the habit of absorbing decaying organic food. That means they grow on decaying organic substance and from there they absorb. They don't have mouth, hands and legs to put the food inside their mouth, correct? No. So their cell body absorbs, like the sponge, how sponge is, yes, like that it absorbs. They reproduce sexually or asexually. That means they can reproduce by cell division, they can reproduce by budding. Budding means small outgrowth from the parent body. Here example is given as baker's yeast. yeast is there, in bakery it is used for making some soft things, no, spongy things like cake, like bread, okay, butter. All these they require yeast, candida and mushrooms. See, we have learned about this fungus before. Okay, these are fungus. Then what? Okay, for today we will study only these three things you have studied: bacteria, protozoa and fungi. I want you to write down these characteristic. That day and somebody asks me what actually we have to write, you listen the video carefully, you will get your homework. What you have to write, you have to write down these characteristics and learn it. Okay, take care. These characteristics are from your textbook, and try to observe in the atmosphere. Many varieties of living organisms are coming out during the rainy season. Okay, it can be plants, it can be animals, it can be microorganisms cannot be seen, but fungus can be seen. Take care.